It is I, Piggy, and I am joined by Ash.
You forgot your name for a second there. Wait, who am I again?
Well, I have like 6 different names in real life, so it's understandable.
True.
I'm joined by Ash, who has a lovely image. You can see most of his wall now. His wall, it used to be blocked
Yep.
off, but now.
No more Logitech camera. It is gone. I nearly said the D word in the first minute. Yeah, you can see the wall now. Yeah, my PC no longer runs at double the CPU, which is lovely because Logitech having bloatware? Haha, no way.
I don't even think I use the Logitech fucking. Oh
You don't.
no, I don't.
It's fine. We made it. We made it.
I was like, oh no, did I screw up the? I don't use it. I just use whatever default on the thing.
Yeah, works.
Yeah, so my CPU does it like Ultra 3H, um, or my RAM, whatever it is. I'm not in the guru. But anyway, it's the first edition of the 2026 Watching Walford podcast. See now, executive decision I was going to make was I was going to do a flash forward. Maybe we were going to be in 2027, and we would have done everything that happened in 2026. But obviously, I'm not genie and bottle, so I can't come and let you out. So that's the problem. So we're still stuck in
Unless we rub you the right way.
20.
Shout out Christina Aguilera on time.
um, well,
I'm a
probably.
genie in the bottle. Julie singing it. Gotta rub me the right way. Julie, stop singing in the shower.
She people just don't appreciate Julie.
All that she wants is another baby. Is that Ace of Base?
And then she starts singing all the things she said, which would be fantastic.
All the things she said.
All the things she said, all the things she said, running through my head, running through my head. I don't. Mine is just to do Alex Jones. Is the problem?
Certified freak, 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that bullet game weak. Gobble me, swallow beats. It's just a dodgy Alex Jones impression, really, isn't
It
it?
is.
And then we're gonna go outside. Alexa, are you working for the FBI? Never don't actually watch Alex Jones, just to make that full disclaimer.
We don't. We
Never
don't. We just.
only see the memes.
Yeah, we only see the beams. We don't ever touch Alex Jones. To be fair, I'm not watching a content of a man who doesn't believe that one of the most disgraceful massacres that happened believes it was fake. I'm not going to really watch that guy. I'm not getting into that drama. That's for a different video and a different channel completely. Because you come here to watch us do shit Julie impressions and sing famous songs. So yes, it's the first edition of 2026 edition of Watching Walford. It's episode 157, and we're going to cover the biggest storylines in tech life from week one. Yeah, one. Um, Also a great song. From
God, it's weird. I have to make it. We have to make a new playlist after this.
That takes 5 seconds.
Completed 2020. Yeah, completed 2025. Yeah.
Um,
Still, yeah, because this one is actually recorded on the first day of the new year.
yeah,
Most people nursing a hangover. Just nursing the YouTube channel, getting that sweet live stream money.
and
So
also
we're nursing our fucking wallet.
that's what.
Obviously, one thing to just shout out immediately, just shout out all the people who joined us for the stream where we watched the New Year's Day Flash Forward 2027 episode, and we hung around for about 2 hours. So if you guys want to see that be a regular thing, tell us in the comment section, and we might just make it a weekly thing where we watch Thursday's episode live, do a live stream talking about the week and everything, and then we go ahead and do the podcast afterwards.
Yeah, at 10 p.m. at night. Half.
But obviously, shout out to everybody who joined us. Got some super chats as well. Legends.
Yeah, we made about £10. Thank you. Um, but
Where were
yeah.
you when watching Walford sold out?
Saudi Arabia, we're here to invest. Offer the right amount of money, Saudi, and we will refer to you as the. What was it WWE had to do?
That is a lie.
What was the thing WWE had to
They
do before?
drive now.
Yeah, no, but wasn't it like they when they announced WrestleMania, they like when the Royal Highness, the Prince, wasn't that it? That they said,
Your Excellency or some shit like that.
"See, guys, money can buy happiness," is what we're learning. And so Saudi Arabia to blackmail people into thinking they're a great country. But anywho, continuing on. So it's the first week of 2026, and already this is falling off already. We're going to cover the episodes from the 29th of the 12th all the way to the 1st of the 1st. I feel like this goes into two playlists, the end of 2025 and
Yeah.
2026. But yeah, we're going to cover the episodes from the 29th to the 12th to the 1st of the 1st. And we have a good few topics to get through. So we have the introduction, which is what we're doing right now, where we had Julie singing Genie in a Bottle. We have Harry and Ravi return, Jasmine and Kat Bond, Jimmy's christening, flash forward episode, or as Digital Spy put it, who is the Black Glove kidnapper, or
Yep.
something like that.
Not going to catch on, unfortunately.
No.
Also, my God, thank God I'm not nursing a hangover. This would be a miserable episode of the fucking podcast. There's so much to get through. It's unreal. It was a decent week, other than well, it was a fuck it. It was a decent week. Let's just put it that way. Obviously, the main topic is the flash forward, which there are going to be a lot of opinions about. So prepare yourselves.
But yes, so this is, and then we have the awards and thoughts about the show, the after show, and then the outro. So, let's just quickly go through the Harry and Ravi stuff. Do you like Googlatis? Well, I hope you do. Talk about one here. So yes, Ravi Gulati has returned. He was on a little holiday. Went to the quote beach. I just want to make sure I'm not getting a message from my dad saying turn it down. No, I'm not. But I'm gonna leave the phone there. So yeah, the, the quote what
Pipe
he
down home slice.
there's a great example where I was watching a movie, My Babysitter's Vampire, and he just yelled at me. He woke me up, John. I don't know why he woke me up. But yes, the quote Weezer, to put it shortly, he was on a holiday in an island in the sun. So he is back now. But you know who else is back? The person that put him on ketamine. No, the person that he put on ketamine, or heroin, um, which is Harry Mitchell.
Other drugs are available in a fictional world.
Yeah. So they're both back, and immediately Harry wants revenge because he can't forgive Ravi because Ravi has essentially blown up his entire family, which he's not wrong. He has. And we sort of mentioned this on the live stream, but someone asked us, would you redeem Ravi? The short answer is no. And they made the comparison of Billy with Jamie, but at least when Jamie was passing, Billy went, "Look, mate, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did." He didn't go, "Yeah, I did mean to beat you up. You did deserve it." Like, you know what I mean? He did actually apologize.
I mean, the one thing that doesn't help, most importantly, is the fact that Ravi's just acting like butter wouldn't melt. Like he just gets back, he's like, "Oh, hey kids, how's it going? Oh, hey Priya, oh, you want to give him a kiss?" You 2 weeks ago, you were feeling all sorry for yourself because you got two vulnerable adults involved in a cuckooing operation and ruin their lives, and now you're just coming back like, how Phil, how's the kids doing? Yeah, not bad, Ravi, they're not bad. Like, what you doing? Y- Once again, you can't. It's not just that Ravi can't be redeemed because every soap character can somewhat be redeemed. You just need a lot of rehabbing of the image. But Ravi is definitely not at the place where it's just too. He's done too much bad shit to get away with it. So he needs to pay or he needs to go.
And yeah, we see throughout this week that Harry and Ravi don't really get along. Harry wants to kind of make Ravi pay.
To put it lightly, and he got him addicted to Class A drugs. It was kind of culpable for Harry taking another man's life, and is now has to deal with the grief, trauma, and addiction woes. But he
he,
to put it lightly,
he can't get
he
along.
didn't do that much though, did he?
No, he did. It's
They
just
don't
like
get along though.
it's like when your gran has a famous like son or relative who is like a bit of a nonce, and then it's like, but like I can forgive all of that because he just makes great brownies. You don't understand. So what? He touches kids, make great brownies. Um,
Jesus.
basically how half the fandom is with Ravi. So what? He got nudes from people. He has sexy hair. We can discard that. You know what I mean?
uh,
I don't know whether you're laughing at me. You just seen a mental tweet.
just ridiculous. It's just over. Fuck this podcast already.
um. So yeah, he's just yeah. So he tries to whack him over the head with a hammer. His Phil. I don't know why I'm laughing at this. But
A
Phil goes,
wrench.
a wrench. Sorry, a wrench. Because Phil goes, if you
I
have
don't wanna be a monkey wrench.
All right, Julie. Julie's back. She's singing.
Shows shows up. But yeah, like, see, obviously Ravi's not thinking straight. 'Cause he's just been back. He's just back from rehab. Um, why am I all just going to song references? I was gonna do the old Amy Winehouse bit. It's over. Fuck, this podcast is ruined. It's either gonna be one of the worst ones of all time or the best. But Phil goes, look, he basically, how do I sleep at night? Well, I sort my problems. You know, yeah, that's just how I sleep at night. So Harry decides, you know what's a good idea? I'm going to find Ravi in daylight and go to attack him very publicly with a wrench. Obviously, he's not thinking straight. But as Piggy said, they don't get along. So, you know, but Nicola sees him. Also, Nicola, I don't know what, like, yeah, sure, Nicola's seen that Harry's acting all sketchy. So obviously she's keeping an eye on him. But she also just, like, just snatches the wrench and goes, oi, what you being an idiot for? Fucking idiot. You know?
But it's the most Tom
And
and Jerry shit possible. Because she's like doing the stuff where it's like, uh, uh, uh,
yeah,
yeah. Like he's like walking on the moon. He's
yeah.
going, and somehow Ravi doesn't even hear this angry British woman yelling, whispering almost at
What are
this man.
you doing?
Who's
I
taking?
still can't I still can't think of the one line that always just gets me every single time. It's just Nicola when I think it was Teddy and Zach and she just goes, put your willies away. Just starts screaming it. It's like, yes.
Just, but like, she just reminds you of that woman from that famous Scottish video. Who's after taking a shit in the toilet and not flushed it? It's fucking one of you. Like she's definitely done that. She's thrown Christmas as well. That's where they had to have half Christmas. So but yeah, she basically tells them, "We will make them pay. We will. Don't worry, home flight." And
But we're doing it the smart way, not the dumb way.
yeah, and
It's also kind of wild to think that now, because in a way, obviously Harry's not over the fact that Nicola she did bump off Shireen, and he's obviously not over that. But he hates Harry. He hates Rafi so much. He's willing to go. Yeah, fuck it. Look, you didn't get caught the first time. Probably good the second time.
we do
Although let's be honest, Nicola's got more skeletons in her closet than that.
we do know that on the 5th.
But mostly it's just the ghost of Teddy Mitchell. It's
Woo, but we do.
Ben Wadey, you should have kept me Wadey. Woo!
That's what's gonna
It's
haunt
like
them.
rattling the coat hanger. Maybe
Well,
I'll get scenes.
ooh, ah, 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 ah.
He just wears a sheet, but he cuts out the bald part. So it's just a sheet and just his head.
It's just his
For
hairline.
God.
Um, but as I was gonna say, we find out Aaron Tira, I think that's his name, the actor who plays Ravi, did post that on the
Tiara?
Tiara.
Tiara?
Tiara.
See, I
Um,
always say tiara, but it sounds, I don't know, he's very masculine man.
yeah. So calling him Tiara sounds a bit camp, doesn't it? Like, it's not to be rude to my campy fans, but like,
I've also never heard anybody actually say a second name, so.
no, everyone just calls him Aaron. I feel like that's the problem when you call like Bruce. Everyone just calls you your last name. It's just the opposite for Aaron. Just call him Aaron. They don't call him Tiara. They're like, no, just Aaron.
Mate,
Um,
if you have the name Bruce, you're getting called Bruce all day. Why not?
no,
That's a strong name, that is.
no. Oh yeah, I forgot you don't know the reference, right? But the reason why I brought that
No.
joke up is back in the '60s when they were doing the Hulk TV show. Uh,
Here we go.
if you don't know, for reference of why I brought the name Bruce, back in the '60s they were doing the Hulk show, and obviously Hulk's name is Bruce Banner, but the executives of who's making the show went, look, l- look, Stanley, we like the idea of the Hulk show, But the name Bruce is just a bit gay, so we're not going to call him Bruce. They call him like David. That's why I make the joke of like, that's why if you're called Bruce, they don't call you your first name, they call you your last name. Just because
Why
I
is his middle name homosexual then?
think I
Good
don't know,
bloody studio interfering.
Bruce homosexual banner. So, um, but yeah, that's
And they're
my inter.
broadcasting it in front of all of us. There we are, banner. There we go.
Um, that's more interesting to dive into. It's just weird executive decisions studio makers made. But yeah,
Ben
that's
Wadey, this Christmas. There we are.
yeah. But yeah, that's the entire premise of that show. But also, that's yeah. So Harry and Nicola are going to on the fifth or sixth are going to throw him into the artist pit and probably make him pay.
Nice.
Which is
Good
deserved.
one.
Yeah.
A lot of
Um,
men have fallen into that pit.
not a lot of men have got slapped down from that pit. Don't know what I was going for, but moving swiftly on. He talked about one person being slapped down. What about one person got whacked over the noggin? I said it's time for Jasmine and Kat Bond. Let's go. Don't know why I'm trying to build up like Michael Buffer, but yes,
Oh yeah, that really was the Harry and yeah, fair enough.
yeah. I could go into like one detail of just how or like Ravi just taking deliveries. But that's not really necessary. So yeah, the Jasmine and Kat. Basically, we continue on from Boxing Day since the last St. Stephen's Day, where I was gonna say Stacey. So he is still in prison, and he's like, "You gotta help me. Gotta help me get out of here. Help me." Blame Chrissy, and then Jasmine. I'm not blaming Chrissy. That is just the one worst thing to do. That is the worst thing you can possibly do. Um, and she doesn't. And we see throughout the week that she's just trying to fit in, but she doesn't want to fit in with the Slaters. And then Jean finds out she's actually a Slater woman because she saw his kid. And Bert and Ernie are still confused. Don't worry, Bert and Ernie, I'm still confused. So they're like, is she her sister? And they're like, no, no, she's your niece. You're actually uncle. I know you're like 10, but you are
Wait,
uncle.
what?
Well,
That's crazy. That is
well,
just niece. Jasmine is Bert and Ernie's niece. Families are weird.
yeah, yeah. Because when you look at it, obviously they're Kat's kids, so obviously they would technically be nieces, despite the fact they're only like 8 or 9 years old. Like, it's just weird how fucking families work.
And idiots, but you know they
Yeah.
are kids. They're allowed to be.
No, it's not, because apparently, according to you, he can't get pepper spray in his eye. So, which is still a fantastic watching Walford moment in my eyes.
He's just got a victim complex, doesn't he?
He's gonna be he's the one. He's the glove hand killer, kidnapper. Everyone laughed at Bart until they arnied him. Um, but yes, continuing on. So she basically tries to fit in, and then Cindy's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
what is that line?
oh."
I thought it was Bert till he Ernied him. Fuck off. Fuck this episode.
I love it. It
Oh,
took you a minute to realize that's why I went. What?
oh
But
fucking
yeah,
hell.
yeah, yeah. So basically, Cindy's like, "Look, bitch, why did you have a motive against if you're not even looking, if you're not a member of the Ford?" And Jess was like, I don't know. Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone. By the way, you're fat. Leave me alone. Um, just just like, and then the Slater women all come in like a super gang. Like, don't mess with her, or you'll mess with us. You'll get the bulge, you get the horn. You know, they do all that shitty Slater nonsense, and that's pretty much what Jasmine does. She doesn't want to put Chrissy on her side, because Chrissy not only has her
Well, on her back rather.
yeah, because Chrissy has the power of a certain country on her side, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Then
really
again,
fuck with her.
Chrissy doesn't really like to take things lying down.
No,
She's
no.
more of a
She'll
face
go,
face off type.
she'll go on Twitter and just try and get you fired. How about that?
It's just the whole concept of the movie Face Off, but that's her wondering why she keeps fucking up her own career.
It's like
Just her, just Nick Cage and John Travolta just hamming it up.
it's like why Joanne Rowling is like, why do people not like me? Your face looks too masculine, man. Even though it's a woman. Why do people not like buying my books anymore? I
Strong
don't.
cheekbones, man.
side note, J.K. Rowling is fucking mental. Like, if you slightly
Oh,
are a
Jesus.
woman with different facial features
I
than
mean,
a
she
person,
has trans derangement syndrome.
she does. But it is funny, like, because technically my mom, who has a massive chin, will be technically labeled too masculine because, I got big chin. And when I say she has the chin, do you know that moon from fucking McDonald's? She has that level of the chin. So yeah, continuing on. I think that's all of Jasmine and Kat. On it.
One thing I will say about this stuff, just to swiftly move on from that whole shit we were just talking about. I like this. I like Jasmine interfacing with the Slaters. You slowly start to see. Obviously, it's Slaters, right? Slaters look out for one another, even if they haven't even been particularly nice to each other. They are family, so you do it anyways. So this is what Kat was always supposed to do. And the issue with this is what they wanted Kat to do. But because Zoe never came back, they never really got to have Kat be an. But it's like Sharon, right? Sharon never really got to be Denny's mum when Denny was an adult. But now Kat gets to be Zoe's mum as an adult, and now gets to be a nan to Jasmine. So it's a really good piece, and it's essentially them trying to get all of the Slaters around to say, look, Jasmine is our kid, and we think it's important to actually, treat her well. And it's cool to see. It's very nice to see, and yeah, I think this was a nice little kind of not subtle bit, but it was a very nice. It was a very cool piece of the puzzle, and yeah, I uh, I like it. I think there's a lot of really exciting stuff here, and Jasmine is definitely gonna be one fiery Slater woman.
Women. Um, so,
Oh, wow, man.
uh, so moving on from that woman, time to talk about Christian. Now, did you know that when you are a child of certain religion, you get baptized? Um,
Okay, now here we go.
I'm not going into the concept of baptation or whatever the fucking term.
Why not?
Okay, so basically you dunk a
We've gone
baby.
into everything else.
Okay, so for people who don't know, you dunk a baby in water.
I
The
like
priest
I
takes
like I like the priests who get the water pistol out and just start swinging.
it.
They just start like if anybody's been slightly annoying, just oh, it's
Oh, my dad
oh, that's
didn't.
my favorite clip of it's my favorite clip of the guy who has the water pistol just hides out behind the beer rack, and so he's just like the second someone picks up, pew, shot right in the eye. Legend. Although I'd say that never got baptized. Did have a very. I've never been able to find the image. I don't know where it went, but there's an image of me, and I was a really short kid. Like I was fucking honestly, I was probably a legal dwarf for about 10 years of my life. I was tiny. And there's just a picture of me in this like little shirt. But because I'm autistic and don't know how to pose, it's just me like giving it absolute tits, like hand on the hip, just like me, just giving it tits.
and
Um,
and his
I
prostate.
honestly I wish I could find that photo, but I've not seen it in years.
It's just in a
But
photo.
I was a fucking tiny kid. It was unreal.
It's just in a photo album somewhere. You'll find
Somewhere.
you'll find it when like someone will wrap up in the seeing your family. It's like, oh shit, we found this. Like they did with my grand. But I'll just quickly change the fucking timestamp so people actually want to see the topic. So yeah, Jimmy's Christian. Now, when you are of a certain religion, you are baptized. Not getting into the nitty gritty, but simply a priest will dunk you in water, give you the whole Holy Spirit job, the Brother Devon treatment, and will baptize you, basically. And from memory, you cannot legally leave the church. So even if you're baptized, you are still counted as a Catholic, Protestant, or whatever religion you are. You cannot really leave the church. It's very hard to get past. So yeah, I mean metaphorically, they don't literally lock you up in the church. I mean, like, it's hard to actually leave, like, get unbaptized. But obviously different religions with Judaism,
They ain't seen me coming, have they?
with
Not
Ju-
keeping me locked up.
with Judaism, they obviously do the circumcision, which is different. Yeah, there you go. I don't understand why they do circumcision, but
Yeah, I don't know why he brings it up every week.
I don't bring it up every week.
Yeah, you fucking do.
I do not. I do not. I do not. But yes, that's what Judaism does. So yeah. So basically, they're doing a christening, and throughout this week, we find that Max and Cindy might interact for the first time since last Christmas. Last Christmas being the week before. Um, and yeah, so Cindy is like, I better not see Max. I fucking hate Max. He's a fucking prick. That's what he is. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Um,
All right, hold on. Sorry, not to derail. I found a picture of young me. Here's how fucking short I was. Fucking look at that. Fucking tiny. Oh,
okay,
there we are. Yeah. Small man.
small man. He was a very small child, and now he's a very fat adult. So yeah. Um,
Not that fat.
I
Slightly
know.
obese.
Side note, just so you can get your lick back at me, when I was making my cup of tea to record the podcast, my dad obviously turned on TLC, and he goes, "There's your life, son." And I went, What is it?" And I went, "My
My
phone."
£500 life.
But it was 300. But yeah,
Ah,
the bond you have with a certain parent can't be can't
mate,
be.
those lifestyle documentaries are what. Notice I'm calling them lifestyle documentaries because they're not reality TVs. Lifestyle documentaries. Some of those are mental. Like, legitimately crazy shit. I feel like we've all seen. What's his fucking. He's a guy who looks like a thumb and he puts mayonnaise in his hair.
Is this guy who's supposed to get
It's
married,
on like it's on one of those one. Yeah, he was supposed to get married.
right?
Um, what the fuck's his name? There's another guy who looks like a thumb, but fucking. All right, keep going.
But yeah, Jimmy's christening is underway, and
Oh, it's Big Ed. It's a Big Ed. Big Ed. He looks like a thumb, and he's
or
just an asshole.
have you sent me an image of Big Ed?
Uh, Big Ed. Hold on.
All right, this is
Well,
an
he also puts mayonnaise in his hair.
why?
Well, he thinks it makes it looks better. It look better.
Okay.
There we are. There's Big Ed.
Oh yes, I know this guy. Uh,
Now, see, the best bit about it is the fact that he is just a meteoric prick. So you don't even feel bad at laughing at him because he's just disgusting. Like he's just a horrendous human being.
there
But
he
Big
is.
Ed, there he is.
There's Big Ed, and also very quickly, I will pull up the tweet I wanted to bring up earlier on. Um, wait, I just have to find it very. Um, uh, do it have,
Why is the first search when you get Big Ed is Big Ed neck? He's not got a neck.
and there's the
That's
photo.
the whole point.
And there's the photo I wanted to use of Anthony. By the way, I forgot to mention in the Jasmine segment. There's the photo of Anthony where they just got him in the studio to take a photo very quickly, and yeah, there you go. But let's have a look at Big Ed again. There he is. There's Big Ed. Who puts mayonnaise in his hair? Is he still alive?
Mate, he
Or
looks like Guy Fieri these days.
did he actually
Yeah,
Did he marry the woman, or are they divorced?
I don't think so.
Okay. He does look like a thumb. So, right, Piggy, continue. So the christening is underway, and then Max walks in, and then you get the campiest interaction I want to say at the end of the year, whereas like, oh, hello, I'm Cindy. What's your name? Max. Max Brown. The shittest. What's your name? Bond. James Bond. You know, it's the shittest version of that you could ever think of. And then Cindy's like, I hate this man. I hate him so much. I hate his family. I hate his kids. I hate everything about him. I hate his history. I hate his bloodline. You know, she just hates him. And everyone tries to calm Cindy down. But again, Peter punches Max. And then Max just throttles Peter. And they go back, and everyone's like, Max, you've just ruined the Christian. And Max is like, ah, ah.
But yeah, there was some good lines of this as well. I think it's like Penny obviously because Penny she was molded by the sex. You know, she lived that life. She fucks. And she says, "Yeah, I think Santa put some ginger nuts in her stocking this Christmas." And everybody's like, What? Then Kathy's like, you slept together. Probably still pissed from Christmas for the amount she was drinking. And yeah, and then Louis like, what does that mean? It's just because that's what Louis does in these scenes. Also, I don't know why. I just find kids funny because he's obviously he's wearing the same suit that like Peter's wearing, but obviously he's just a kid, so he's just got a mini. I don't know. I'm just laughing at small people now, but
Like
I was one, so
like mini me. Is that what you're saying? It's like mini me.
he it's just a small suit.
It is.
Um, but yeah, and then yeah, Peter says, "I'm tired of you, Max." Punches him. Oh no, does who punches first?
Mm, Peter.
Peter, he does sucker punch him, which fair play, because that's the only good hit he's getting. Then Max obviously returns the blow. And then, honestly, that may be the scene of the fucking year where Max is just he's walking home and he realizes that Ian's behind him. So he just stands in the middle of the road smoking, just like, fuck you. It just, Ian's like honking the horns, like, fuck you. It's great. It is great. The Cindy and Max reveal was well earned, and I did appreciate it, and I did love it.
Yeah. I did like him fucking up the christening, which was always funny. Which is always funny to see, as Max generally does fuck up people's lives. And
He
then
does it, yeah, everything. He just does everything, doesn't he?
yeah, and then like Max, is down on his luck. He, is talking to people. Then he goes back to Linda, going, "I'm a screw up, Linda. I'm really am a screw up." And then Linda's like, You're a beautiful man, Max. You can try and make things up for your kids. You can try your best, even if you don't succeed, give it your all. Just take some time because you're in the middle of it all." And Max like, "All right," and then leans in for a kiss, and Linda's like, "Home slice, hold me." "No, I don't want to. Leave me alone." And then Max goes, I'm sorry," and he just leaves. He just leaves, and then he goes back to his room, and then Elaine wakes him up the next morning, the Hoover. So there you go. That's what she does. She wakes him up, and Ma- Max is just having a shit 2025. Everyone tells him to leave, and Ian even offers him money, and Max, "I don't want your money." And then we go into flash forward, don't we? Unless you have anything to talk about this check.
I mean, it's just Max being an arsehole again, where he keeps claiming he'll change, but he doesn't change. Obviously, leaning in for kisses with people he shouldn't. Yeah, it's good stuff, but obviously we'll probably get to most of the Max stuff during the flash forward, so which is obviously the main bit.
Yep, and we are going straight to 2027 now. Are you ready?
Oh, right, we done everything else.
Yes,
Bloody hell!
yes, you have.
All right.
So we're in 2027. Happy New Year, guys. I'm 23 now. Yes. Nobody likes me when I'm 23, and Ash
I'm
is.
54 next year.
I was gonna say he's only 26, but fair enough. That big
Unk,
of a
Unk still got it. I put mayonnaise in my hair. It just works.
I put cum in mine. It works better. Um, Try me, bitch. But yeah, so we're a bit older. 2027. 2026 was a great year. We hit 2 million subscribers. Can't believe it. Just yeah. I'm trying to think of a funny like YouTuber, like the thing that won't happen. But I generally can't with the YouTubers I watch. But yeah, so we're in 2027, and it's New Year's Day. Max has slept with a woman. He is or woman as I call them. He's cheating on his wife. We don't know
One
who.
thing I'll immediately say just to get my gripe out of the way. I don't like how this was shot.
A lot of people don't.
I'm not much of a snob. I'm not much of a snob. I don't like how this was shot because obviously it's a flash forward, and they did this for Nigel. You want to have it like slightly grainier in a sense, but it just felt like the coloration was all off. Because everything was grayed out and bleak and dark. And also, they constantly use cameras that was slightly blurred, like as you get further out of the shot. So like the edges were kind of blurred. So it's like, are we really doing like a fisheye lens? Are we really doing a fisheye lens for this? Obviously, we're not. But I had some problems with how this was shot. I didn't like how it was looked. I thought it was really grayed out, and I think for a New Year's Day, you don't really want it all to be grayed out and dark and gloomy. You kind of want it to be big and bold and kind of, colors, fireworks, all that sort of shit. So I simply didn't like how it was shot. Yeah.
Sorry, what
Hello.
the
You good?
yeah, yeah, yeah. What the fuck have I appeared on my feed? Hold on. Check, just to take a screenshot of it. I'm not gonna show it on camera. The dog. If someone is AI their dog fucking dance, it just freaked me the fuck out. Just here's a screenshot of it.
All right.
Just freaked me the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck am I seeing?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm sorry for like not immediately responding. Huh? Huh? But yeah, so we're in 2027, and yeah, they want to keep everything a secret because it's better that you ask questions and we answer later. But the problem that you have is that's all fun and games if it's 6 months down the line where it will be answered. But and again, this is just going to be a wanky response, and you don't have to listen to my response to this, but I'll just say it. The problem you face is with how media is generally viewed nowadays and how everything is looked at. People have shorter attention spans. It's generally the rule of thumb. People, that's why we have the term brain rot because
Piggy listening to my opinion about the cameras. What the fuck is this dog? It's dancing like
uh,
literally 2 seconds ago.
yeah, exactly.
He's fucking dancing, isn't he? Fucking hell.
But yeah, people have shorter attention spans. Brain rot example. What Ash gave. I was listening to his
Sorry, what
opinion.
were you saying again?
I was listening. I was just very freaked out for that dog. But continue.
Suppose I also argue I'm not against this as a concept. I wasn't against it when Chris Glenshaw did it in 2023. I'm not against it when Ben Wadey's done it in 2025. But there are some definite there are some definite issues with it. I'll say that much.
And yeah, so again with short attention spans and everything, we we don't. There's a lot of questions that are going to be asked in this. We don't have the answers unless we get in a time machine and we jump to the future, but we don't have one. So sorry about that. But
To interrupt again, I'll also say obviously our role here is to talk about what happened in the flash forward. Seen some we obviously there were some comments and whilst we were watching some people were like, well, we shouldn't judge it too harshly yet because we don't know what happens, but also fundamentally they put this out into the world with an expectations that people are going to react and kind of talk about it. And this is put out there to stir the pot. This is put out there to hype people up for next year. So obviously we're going to talk about it and discuss what we think our immediate theories and reactions to it are. So like I get it from one sense, yes, we don't know the whole story, so we can't really comment with a it's the thing in psychology with informed consent. We don't really know what's going on. There's so much that's being left to chance, but also we have a job to do and that job is to speculate about it. So all of this may be wrong, but we are simply reacting to what was put out there by the EastEnders team.
yeah, there's just I got a DM and I picked up again. There you go. 2020. Um, but yeah, I agree what you say. We are media reviewers. We review the media. The example I give is like if my friend Rose, when Doomsday's out at the end of this year, December 18th to be specifically, the new Marvel Avengers movie. It's like if he gave his opinion and then I turned to him and went, but wait until Secret Wars is out, and it's like, yes, but I'm judging it of what I know now and what I have saw now, not what's coming out in a year's time when that movie is released in December 2027. So yes, there you go. If that makes sense to anyone or anything at all. So yeah, so Max is sleeping with a woman. He's cheating on his wife. And we cut to Jack, who's depressed. I'm surprised he's
But yeah,
still.
the point about that scene, is, of course, is setting up that Max is seemingly living in Zach's what we'd imagine is Zach's, who is currently living in that flat next to the boutique hotel. He wakes up in bed, looks over at his suit for his wedding day, but he's in bed with a pregnant woman who isn't his wife.
Yeah, so he gets her pregnant. He gets a mysterious Robin pregnante. So yeah, so Jack is depressed. I'm still surprised he got the police job in 2027. Fucking, have they not got good police officers in London? Do they really need Jack Brannon, takeaway master, on fucking speed dial? But he's still working there. He has a child called Ethan. Um, we assume it's
We
Ethan.
don't know who the kid necessarily is. It's just the way it's framed is it seems like it's a newborn that Jack now has to that Jack is having to look after. We later learn through Libby and Patrick, who Libby makes a shock appearance in this episode. She's finally been allowed out of Oxford after all this time. We learn that Jack is taking care of this baby boy called Ethan, who it could be his, it could be someone else's, and therefore, therefore, but also that Denise has left. So that implies, is it Jack's baby? Did he cheat on someone? And did the marriage break down? Or is it, in in the episode before they set up Vinny and Penny, is there any world where that's Penny and Vinny's kid? So obviously that's another big question.
And presumably we see, oh bloody hell, that's a lot of twos. We presumably see also in the flash forward that the Queen Vic's windows have been busted, so either a fire has broken out or the windows were broken into. Because the windows are all boarded up. So possibly you have both parents are dead if it is Vinny and uh Penny, with the fact
Penny.
that Penny might have like died in the Queen Vic fire if there's a Queen Vic fire this year. And Vinny was murdered by Max allegedly. We don't know anything. But also if there is a Queen Vic fire right in 2026, I'm gonna be so fuming. We've already done one. Why are we doing another one? But again, we don't know. But it's boarded up, so I'm making the assumption that they've done it. Um,
I didn't actually notice this part of it, to be honest.
yeah. If you look at the very start of the episode, they have they have like the boarded windows up. You know when you walk past, like that was clearly a crack in it.
Yeah, yeah.
They have like the fucking cardboard like windows on, whatever it's fucking called, the plasterboard. They had one over the Queen
Yeah.
Vic window. So, and also Oscar says you saved baby Jimmy and Ethan's lives. So Queen Vic fire, I don't know. Find out later in the year. I feel like that's just going to be Ben Whiteley's answer whenever he's asked in these interviews in the future. So, can you answer this obscure question for 2026? Find out in the future. Oh, what about Dermot Dolan? Parallel universe. We'll find out in the future. Also, because I am the person who loves doing theories, I don't. But apparently Alfie, Kat, and Zoe, who are not in this episode, are apparently away on holiday. Are they with Dermot Dolan? It would be 10 years to that point, as the show did release in 2017. 10 years on, would they be in Ireland seeing Dermot Dolan? Who knows? Who knows? Um, I know the obvious answer is they're probably just on a holiday, but let me dream. If people want Ronnie and Roxy, I want Dermot Dolan. Okay, one is happening and one is not. But yes, so we continue on, and the fucking SWAT team have arrived. And as pointed out, and I'm not going to pull up the image, they apparently used AI in the images they released because the SWAT team have a giant fucking hat on, with a hat on their head that writes SWAT, which
Which
obviously,
obviously doesn't happen in the UK.
yes, and obviously we could be wrong. They could not have used AI. They might not have, but it seems like they did. And plus, how the trailer is shot. If you don't know, the flash forward trailer is shot. It did seem like they used AI on the banner. I know the banner's actually there when we see the Queen Vic, but
It did look really weird.
it looked very AI. I know people are going, but AI's not that advanced. I know, but it just seemed very, very AI in my opinion. Um, so yeah, um, continuing on with all these little minute details that only certain people will care about. Max's house is invaded, or flat is invaded. A woman is having a shower. He jumps out the
Yeah,
window.
the pregnant woman is having a shower. He does jump out the window, like.
my dad went to me, right? Because obviously my dad went to me. Max jumped out the window, son, right? I'm like, yeah. I went, how did he not break his leg? And I went, I don't know. And then he went, but then he was in the police station, and when he walked out, he just seemed fine. I went, yeah, I know. I don't think they really care about the details of that. And he went, yeah, but like, surely if you jump out a window, you're going to hurt your leg or something. You're going to nick it a little. I went, yeah, but again, this is a sub, so they're not going to really care about that detail. But I do agree with you. It's just like I don't understand. Like he jumped out a window. Like I know he kind of like jumped down, but yeah, your ankle or something would like tweak it a little bit, especially considering he's 50 in the show. So I'm just saying. But yeah, we also find out that Ian is the best man for Max's wedding, not Jack. Ian and Max are getting on like a queen vic on fire. And they're getting along great from what I've heard.
Also, well, the SWAT team, they kind of like knock on the door of the woman having a shower, and it seems like there was an incident there. So is she giving birth when Max is supposed to be on his wedding day? Maybe, maybe not.
And
But yeah,
then
Max runs to Lauren's, and Lauren essentially says, "Hey, why the fuck are you here? You still clearly love me, but Lauren also kind of already. She basically what's teased is that Lauren, like a man has seemingly given Lauren an ultimatum, so it's implied that Lauren's cheating on Peter with this person, and that kind of meant she kind of goes into self-preservation mode when Max says, "Oh no, I know you're doing this. This should be a problem," and she kind of leads the SWAT team in and lets them arrest Max. And what we learn is that Max is being arrested for possible solicited murder. So he tried to get someone killed, essentially.
yeah, I, 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 see, how am I supposed to like, in a sense, like really comment from that? He's possibly committed murder, guys. Continuing on, he sleeps with women. Woo! Yeah. But yeah, no.
I mean, the implied suggestion that the theory that people are running into going into this flash forward is kind of the idea that it was Cindy made a big thing to say it's been what?
,9 years.
It's Stephen's birthday. It's been 9 years since Stephen. That's a big deal. And technically, as of the flash forward, it would be 10 years since Stephen. Is there some world where Cindy tries to double cross Max? And let's be real, Cindy did solicit an assassination. She did solicit a hitman to go after Ian. Is that something she would do again to try and punish Max for taking Stephen away? I mean, it was mentioned for a reason. Is that a thing they do? I don't know.
I don't know either. But Max is in the police station, and then they're like, "You murdered this man," and he goes, "No comment." But you did kill this man. No comment. You have a small penis. Yes. So you did kill the man. No, 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 no. I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Um, because they always like to try and catch you out for a question, but they don't catch them out, which also means that
Max shows up, or Jack shows up and has to grease the wheels, and goes ahead and kind of, yeah, shows up and greases the wheels, and he eventually gets out. He kind of drives all fast away home, like spinning around. And this is while first we see someone in, presumably the wedding car, which I would assume is the Rolls Royce that was being teased in the images. We don't see who's in it, but we see that it's kind of hanging about the place watching. And then we go ahead and see a black gloved hand person wearing a gun,
wearing a
with a
glove,
gun in their hand,
wearing a glove.
wearing a glove. And they go into the Brannings, they go into Dot's place, and they seemingly take Peter, not for fuck's sake, seemingly take Oscar and Lauren and hold them at gunpoint.
Um, and hold on, I've got the image. That's bloody. Don't mind that. Don't mind the script for watching Walford. Here is, here is the image of Oscar. I couldn't find. It looks like he's after eating a horse tranquilizer. Fucking. Sorry, this image is buckled. But yes, so yeah, so basically, he goes back, and then we cut between Cindy, Chelsea, and Linda, and it's like, who is the bride? which is cool, I guess. But who really gives a shit? Is my question. Like, yeah, I don't really care, mate. And yeah, so the kidnapper just like texts Max was on. You have a choice, Oscar or Lawrence. No, 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 no.
A big fan of the Source franchise.
Exactly.
So, Max, you've taken all of your kids for granted. Now you have a choice. So yeah, essentially, and I think other stuff, other little small bits. Nicola and George are seemingly still together. Nicola seemingly had the baby, but she also has seemingly broken her ankle. So what happened? What led her to her breaking her ankle and being on crutches? Um, yeah, Alfie and Kat were missing in the episode. They were alluded to that they were just away, but is there a chance somebody else is the Vic? Uh, why is Libby Fox back? As a question. Like during the live, people were like, "Oh, Libby's back," and obviously, I like Libby. She's a cool character, but she's not sell your house. You know, like she's cool. I'm glad she's there, but I feel like she's only going to be there for a little drop in. Jack seemingly Denise has run out on Jack. God, let me see. Is there anything else I'm missing from all of the extra little things? Anthony, not Anthony. Patrick says that Oscar's basically a Truman now. He's a part of the family. Does that mean he is either married Jasmine or married Jasmine's twin brother? Is that a thing? Um, Obviously, who's Max marrying? Who's Max sleeping with? Has actually Max killed anyone? Who is holding Lauren and Oscar hostage? Who is who is Lauren possibly seeing? And also there was an image of a man who was hanging around with the Brannings, who was just in the credits. He is just called Man, which is fucking hilarious. And I'm sure I can find. Maybe I'll find the image. But seemingly, basically, he either looks like a Joey Branning recast or a new character. Um, Like he kind of resembles Steven in a way, Stephen Beale rather. He kind of resembles him a little bit in its own right, but
Yeah,
yeah. So a possible new character, just called Man, just called Man. Let me. God, does anybody actually kept this image? Oh yeah, let me just send you through this image so you can pull it up on screen. Um, but yeah, that's hard to imagine because if it is like Zoe's son, he looks way too fucking old. So is there a chance he is a member of the Browning family and the only one who kind of fits the bill? He's essentially like he's tall, he's got dark hair, he's a lot older. The only one that really fits the bill from a character that we can really pull is probably Joey Branning, but also why would he be back? What's the reason? So yeah, he also doesn't say anything. And yeah,
I
so that is the guy who is credited as Man.
also the Mitchells are still on the garages, so that's good. Get off the low for
Yeah, I mean, death taxes and Phil owning the Archers.
yeah. I'm trying to see anything else in this fucking image that really points to anything.
Oh, and
Um,
also, what have they done for Max and Ian to be friends? Because they've hated each other for fucking ages.
yeah. But that is the week, I guess. Is it the week? Yeah. Um,
Uh, yeah, I suppose if we want to just rattle off some predictions, who is Max's who's pregnant that
Fat
Max
Boy,
sleeps with in the flash forward?
Fat Boy.
Um, I'm gonna say it's Chelsea.
Okay,
I'm going to say it's Chelsea or Priya. There we are. It's my predictions for that. Who's Max getting married to?
Daisy,
I did predict that in one of the shorts. Um, I don't
Ronnie
know.
and Rock, Ronnie or Rock.
Yeah, not happening. Um, God, I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just stay. I'll say Stacey. Fuck it. Stay Stacey or Linda. And I think that's most of the interesting questions, really. And obviously, will Oscar or Lauren get shot or die? No.
No.
Um.
Who is the black gun glove killer, kidnapper? Aidan McGuire. He's back. Aidan McGuire.
Hmm.
Let's go. Is it
Um.
Aidan McGuire?
Yeah, yeah. The Irish gangster.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make I have the right part. I know you're probably right, but I just want to make sure I am thinking of the right.
No, yeah, it's right. Yeah.
Yep, I'm right.
Um. Who would it be? Who would Max royally enjoy fucking over through the year? See, I would say Peter, but Peter is too spineless to do anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe he fucks with Ravi or he fucks with Jack or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know. And I think this is where we kind of go into the critiques of this episode. I think to put this in the most stupid analogy so far, this episode is all fart no poo. And why do I say that? Well, because I don't think it had the substantial knockout power that a flash forward needs. Because, yes, now I'm going to compare it to Chris Clenshaw's Flash Forward in 2023 and the 39th anniversary. And yes, it, and unfortunately, you do get compared to it because at the end of the day, it's the one that came before it, and obviously no one who watches EastEnders really cares about Hollyoaks other than me. But it was the first big flash forward, and you set up the Chris Clenshaw flash forward by going boom, somebody gets hit over the head, a man dies in the Queen Vic on Christmas Day, boom, headline, and then months of speculation around who the dead body is going to be. I unfortunately don't think Lauren and Oscar being held at gunpoint is necessarily that big enough of a deal to carry a whole year's worth of speculation.
No,
Now, I'm not saying you do something. I mean, you could even do something similar. Yeah, sure, you don't mimic it entirely. But I think the way to make this more impactful is first you either show an actual return of someone important or show like the back of someone important. And it can be fucking, oh, it's a blonde. And you go, whoa, this is fucking Ronnie Mitchell. Yes. Obviously, you don't do that fully because if it's not her, you disappoint a whole fan base. But, or you essentially you don't show it, but the gun goes off, and then boom, holy shit, are they gonna die? You know, I think that's important. I think that's something you do, and I think that would be a really interesting way to have this sort of episode finish out because now we spend the next like every month of the year kind of discussing, oh shit, are Lauren and Oscar gonna die? But I think the main issue is, despite Max being taken down by a fucking SWAT team, there wasn't much danger in this episode. There wasn't actually that inherent danger. Yeah, sure, there's a gun, but I also simply refuse to believe they're actually going to either kill off or hurt Oscar or Lauren, two characters who you've invested in super heavily since before. So to me, I think it lacked that proper punch power and also lacked staying power because I don't think. Look, the flash forward in 2023 came at a kind of weird time where people were kind of excited, but this was just as EastEnders was heating up a little bit. This was before they got into their stride in 2023, where, you know, you then had the Cindy return and all that sort of stuff. And it was a really, really exciting, like, spring and summer of EastEnders. But I simply don't think people are going to go back to this episode and look for more clues. And that's the problem with it. Because like, and even comparing it, you establish it in February 2023 and it peaks at Christmas. That's still what, like 9 months ish, 10 months of build to it. It's still a good chunk of time, but you need something of real substance to actually keep people invested month in, month out. And yeah, sure, it'll fall to the wayside in some of the months as the other stories will continue. But I simply think it lacks that genuine punch to actually be anything worth lasting. And even then, some of the decisions as well, as said before, I didn't like how it was shot. I'm not going to go into that more heavily, but I think it also just it felt like a collection of Easter eggs, and you didn't really get that big payoff at the end. So, and also with a lot of the stuff they've been setting up, it feels a bit redundant to actually get invested anymore. Because you go, oh, is Max actually going to change? And maybe across 2026 he is going to change. But we still know at the end he's going to be the same Max, causing more problems and being an asshole again. So do you actually want to spend the next year actually buying into Max Branning when you know how this story is going to peak and is going to possibly end? I don't think so. And there's not enough exciting stuff to really latch on to like theorize about, in my opinion. And I think like there are some cool aspects that I do look forward to seeing, but also I just don't think that the current EastEnders team knew what the fuck the lasting moment was going to be. Like, what's the question now? If we take 2023, who is the dead body in the Vic at Christmas? That's a headline. That's something you build around. You don't go, who is the black gloved kidnapper? It doesn't work the same. It doesn't work the same. And hey, look, if they do it well, we can all just take a look at this and go, yeah, well, you kind of failed to start properly, but then you did actually pull out of the back. That's fine because that's how it goes. You can tell a really good story, you can have a shit start, but you can finish well. But at the end of the day, I think it was a false start, and I don't know, the drawing board just felt a little bit weak. Obviously, I feel like they do know the outcome already, you know. Let's not act like they're still kind of understanding the pieces. They've clearly storyboarded out and planned out what this storyline's going to be and how it's going to go. So let's not act as if they're just going, yeah, we'll just do this thing in a year time. How are we going to get there? I don't know, John. Like, obviously they're not doing that. They're not amateurs. But yeah, they just ran a little bit of empty. It was still a decent episode. It was more interesting than Christmas, which isn't hard. But it just depends if they build it with any sense of nuance. And I think that will decide whether it is a story that is remembered for being ambitious but well told, or a storyline where they swang for the fences but ended up falling through them instead.
Um, was this better than Christmas? No, not to me at least. Christmas wasn't any better. Neither Christmas or New Year's episode. One for the fences to me. They were both shit. They were both produced by a shit producer, and I hope he eats a shit sandwich. Is how I immediately feel. Because again, I said this before and I'll say it again. 6 months, fair enough. You have 6 months, and then people go, ooh, 6 months, 6 months time, 6 months time. Let's go, guys. It's gonna happen. A fucking year is a lot you're putting on your fan base to hold on to. And do I think he even has that planned out? I do not, because I don't have faith in this gobshite. I don't have faith in him. Because am I supposed to be invested in Oscar or Lauren possibly dying? Because if you even think of killing Oscar or Lauren, you are going to piss, and I mean piss. I don't mean a little piss, I mean a whole lot of piss on your fan base, because your fans genuinely love Oscar and they genuinely love Lauren. So if you kill either of them, you are going to face backlash. It will be pseudo to Abby Brannon dying in 2017 or 18. 2017, yeah, 2017. I also think you are investing too much on like this might happen in 2027, but this might happen, and this might happen, but this might happen. I don't care. I described it. Excuse me. I described it on the live stream as it's like when you go into a glory hole and instead of them actually playing with your dick, they actually just start playing flute music. Like he's basically just like you've gone in there expecting a blowjob, and all he's doing is just giggling you. Like you give us a lot of tickle, but not enough action. You know, actually act like don't show the bride. Obviously, you don't show the bride, and you don't show who he's sleeping with. That is fair enough. But like, oh,
But
Lauren,
you
and
give some clues.
you give some
You give
clues.
some fucking clues.
Like you don't.
Like I said, and that's the thing. We're not asking for a lot. I don't need to know who the bride is. I don't need to know it. You leave that vague, that's fine. But you need to give us something. As we maintain for the stalker stuff. because of the stalker stuff, I don't trust that they're going to do a good job throughout the whole year of building up to it. Because it feels like every other week they're going to remember that Max is going to be a shit dad and make terrible decisions and fuck up his kids again, and then boom, Max is going to do the same thing, just like Zoe was. And that's what I don't trust in this vision. I don't trust them to do it well. And with that generally being said, it's also Max has only been back for 2 fucking weeks. Why is he the focal point for your next year? Zoe's only been back for 3 minutes. She already had a Christmas episode. Max is going to be the focal point through 2026. He's only been back for 2 fucking minutes. Fucking stop thrusting your entire vision upon characters who haven't actually endeared themselves to the audience. Yes, Max is iconic and he's way better than Zoe ever was in any way, shape, or form. But if you keep doing this, you run the risk of doing 2017 like evil Max. And nobody wants to fucking see that again.
Yeah,
So it's just the kind of I like the idea. I like the idea. I like the principle. I like what they're trying to do. And I'm willing to be proven wrong that they actually have a big long term plan. But to me, there is a genuine chance that it kind of ends up the same as the Who Killed Lucy stuff. Really exciting at the start, really exciting when you're piecing it all together. But when suddenly New Year's Day 2027 actually comes round and you go, oh, for fuck's sake, what were they even doing? And that's what you do when you threaten to do these big, long running stories that there is an end in sight and we kind of know the end, but it also means you have to stick the landing. And so far, this version of EastEnders has not stuck the landing in any of the jumps they've tried to do. The only exception, and it's an exception, is the Nigel stuff. That's been the main thing that's been carrying this version of the show. So now you're telling us to trust us, but we don't trust you. You've done nothing to earn the trust. And likewise, they've done nothing to endear the audience to Zoe before, who got the Christmas storyline, and Max. Like, yeah, st- you just remember. It's like, I mean, it's like the wrestling example where you have WWE who has to build up everything 700 times before doing anything. And then you have the complaints with people with AEW where they go, oh, here's this wrestler who wrestles in Japan. Don't you know this guy and his entire character? It's like, well, no. And that's kind of the problem, right? A lot of viewers, they may be new viewers. You might not even know who Max is. Fundamentally, you may have only seen the last 2 weeks of Max. So, what have you done to endear Max in the audience? You made him a mardy arsehole, which is great TV. But if you're leading him to be the leading man next year, maybe people just get sick of him. And that I don't feel like they've accounted for.
just to like end my rambling on, even though I didn't ramble. I, I, I don't know. Like I don't know what I want from this era of Ben Whiteley's tenure. But I clearly know it's not for me because you've pushed who was established as the key characters of the last era through the wayside. Put on Zoe, which yes, I know Zoe is in a sense iconic. She's not though, but she is in a sense iconic. I get that, and I know Max is iconic, and I know like had this episode been shown in June, like say this was shown in June, where they go, ooh, 6 months time, you won't believe what Max is going to do. Um, I think it would be more vindicated. So at least Max would have been back by 6 months by that point, and you would have again. What I'm saying is, you can't essentially create. My example I have is like Batman versus Superman. An obscure, a DC film it made in 2016, filmed in 2015, probably 24. And if you don't know where I'm going with this, Zack Snyder used to run DC. I hated his vision. I went back and I watched the first phase of his movies of the DC universe. They're fucking shit. They're like boring, long, drawn out, like shit. I watched for most of it. I watched the extended edition, which I know you will probably say that will ruin your like hindsight of watching it. But even watching it, like it's just shit in my eyes. And I know that might get me a lot of hate, but I generally do not like any really of any of his movies. But my comparison I'm trying to make is in the second movie that they ever do for the DCEU, DC Comic Entertainment Universe, I believe it's called. They have Batman introduced. Now that's fair enough. Batman is an iconic character. He's iconic. He's fantastic. The problem they ran into was they wanted a villain for the movie, so they went Batman is the villain. But you look at that and you go, but Batman's entire character is, yes, he is a bit of a bad guy, but he ultimately sees the good in people as
I
well.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. The problem is, it's your second film. So in your second film, you're not only making Batman the bad guy, but you're introducing him to a new audience, and you're trying to differentiate from people to let them know this is not the Christopher Nolan Batman, this is the DCEU Batman. And the problem again you ran into, it's your second fucking movie, where you're having your second biggest hero of all time fighting Superman, who's your probably first or second, depending where you rank them. And then that's the entire problem, because then the end of that movie make it even worse. The end of that movie ends with the famous, everyone knows it. How do you know that name? How do you know that name? Lois. Lois is the key. It's entirely shit, but I love it. It's the only thing I love about that movie. And it ends with Batman saving Superman's mother. And the entire thing I'm trying to wrap this around two currently things is they're essentially trying to build an era, but relying, instead of like doing what Zack Snyder did, where they're telling new stories with old characters and creating new actors and shit. What he's doing is he's bringing all these old characters in, and he's putting them at the forefront of an era and going invest. But it's like, I don't want to invest. You're not giving me enough time to warrant interest. It's why, had this flash forward been done like 4 or 5 months down the road, when we actually see Max has returned, it would be fine. It's again the comparison I make that people need to understand is, yes, George Knight ran the George Knight show on EastEnders, but at least when he was in the show, it was like 6 to 7 months while he was in it. It was after he had already been debuted. They didn't immediately make him the key focus. They built to him being the key focus. And that's the entire problem that Zoe and Max will have for this fucking hour of EastEnders. Neither of them are warranted to be in the show unless you are an old time fan and you're rewatching it. But ultimately, who is watching this episode and looking forward to 2027? Who is ultimately from this episode going, wow, I can't wait to see who gets the brains blown out on the floor? Is it going to be Lauren or is it going to be Oscar? Like, who's genuinely excited? I know it's the hint of like, who's the bride, Linda, Chelsea, or Cindy. And then you also have who's Max sleeping with. Doesn't feel worth it. You're putting the juice into too much you're squeezing the juice too much. And you're generally, and again, just to ramble my point through, you're generally making it harder for like people to invest, because if they're trying to get into a new character and they've only seen George or Cindy from passing, and you want to get in and you like George, the problem is you're not going to see any of these characters, because we know the entire year is going to be uh, Beeline storyline, then Max, Beeline storyline, then Zoe, Beeline storyline, then Max, Beeline story, Beeline storyline, then Zoe. I'm sorry for
And
what
it's
I.
not it's not like Ben Wadey has a good record of doing this either. When the main story going into Christmas was the Stalker, which would get brought up every single week and derail Zoe's character development because we had to keep hammering the nail in. And I think that's kind of even a more like kind of humble example. I'm an idiot when it comes to sorting out tech stuff. If something works, if it's like, oh, you have to set this up, and then it works first time, I'm like, okay, now it's time to fuck with all the options and change shit. And then it breaks, and I'm like, what did I do? It's you have to make sure it works before you run it. It's why people do a dry run. You don't immediately go because you have to get people you have to get no matter what version of the show it is, you have to get people to buy into the characters. Because at the end of the day, you can reject a leading star. You can reject a leading star. I mean, Ben Mitchell, he left because the character became so inherently unlikable, and the writers wrote him into a fucking ground that the and same with Whitney, that the audience went, just leave. We don't want you here. You can reject leading characters, and now you've tied 2026's entire legacy to Max Brannon and hoping that you will actually make him compelling enough to make the audience actually like him. And like, I think they're trying to do too much too quickly, right? You go, oh, Zoe's back. Oh, who's Zoe? Oh, well, she was involved in the Den Wat stuff, and she's Kat's daughter. Was involved with the Harry stuff, and it's like fucking hell. All right, let me just download all that information in my brain so I can finally understand it. Oh yeah, it kind of matters, but it doesn't really matter. But no, this time she now has a kid, and there's two kids actually. No, the one kid's dead, but she's not dead. But now, okay, and then there's gonna be a reunion of the thing that happened 20 years ago. It's like fucking hell. Just simplify it, boys. Simplify it for me.
Yeah.
It's like, do I like Zoe? Well, no, because you have to fucking buy in for the fucking multi-layered marketing scheme. Like, you're selling the pouches of Avon, fucking putting the little tweezers in the box. Like, what do I do next, Mr. Wadey? Oh, well, there's going to be a stalker next, and that'll be really fun. You go, okay. Like, and they've done the same for Zoe. They've done the same for Max. And it's not even like, we've had a little bit of a break in between Christmas and New Year. We're not as jaded as we were at Christmas. We've had a nice couple of days to chill and do fuck all about EastEnders. And he's still giving this reaction. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
It's just
Like, how have you flubbed it again? The moments don't fucking connect. You don't know what the big moments are. You keep flubbing them all, and it's making the show worse because of it.
I
Like, once again, like, you don't need to do the gunshot, but you need to do something. What? Like, I made the comparison. It's like saying, "Oh yeah, as a kid where your parents have to bribe you to do shit because you're a kid and you don't want to do anything."
yeah.
Or like, maybe your partner bribes you to do something and you go, "Okay, hey, look, baby, if you do this by the end of the day, we're gonna hold hands." So what? Yeah, we'll hold hands at the end of the day. Yeah, but we do that all the time though. Why is that important? No. But we'll hold hands, both of them together. Who the fuck cares? I don't care. Oh, sorry, I've done this before. What? Like, that's not fucking incentive. You can't bribe me with something we do on the fucking daily. Where was the incentive? We have to wait a year to see the storyline pay out. And the most they've given us is Max or Lauren may be shot. But we don't believe they're going to be shot because they're not in any actual fucking danger. I mean, it might be, sure, but I mean, hey, fuck. If the 2023 flash forwards in any fucking thing, none of the six are in any danger. They were all leading characters in the show. Like, I don't know. And it feels wrong because we shouldn't be comparing it to what came before. But it's a soap. It goes year round. You go from executive producer to executive producer. If you have a bad time, you're compared to the bad executive producer. If there's a good executive producer, you're compared to the one that came before you. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, and even then, I think this is the final kind of ending to. I wasn't expecting this segment to be as long as it was, but fuck me, there's been a lot of mileage for it. I think the impressive bit as well is after Christmas, we all went, all right, the expectations are rock bottom. Now you've fucked up Christmas, and it's so hard to fuck up a good Christmas. But you fucked up Christmas now. Now, some people go, all right, the New Year's episode has to bang, and most people just go, just has to be interesting, really. It's because you fucked up the expectations that people aren't even really. You don't even want to get invested anymore. So, at the end of the day, you've swung and missed again. So, and it's at this point in time where people stop watching. Like, you have to say this. Being a soap fan's a precious thing. It's quite easy to fall out of love with something. And now we have to sit through fucking January, the worst month of the year. The shittest month of the year, where your brain decides your body's not good enough for anything. Where your brain decides all the shit you've been doing for the rest of the year, not in January, son. Time to exercise, time to eat healthier, time to start going to the gym, time to learn to drive, time to do all these things that you wouldn't normally do, but you're feeling really reflective because you feel like you've wasted another year of your fucking life. And now I've got to sit down and watch EastEnders, where we're going to have to say, "Oh, what dumb shit does Max do today?" I'm sorry, I don't care. So you're playing with people's you're playing with people's feelings, you're playing with people's hobby, and we've been saying every fucking week for the last since June, since Ben Wadey fully took over, we need the big moments to make us give a shit about this version of EastEnders. And once again, the big moment was right there. You just didn't grab it.
Yeah. Just wanted to let it breathe. What was I saying? To me, to wrap my point around this is fundamentally, I wasn't expecting a lot, and I'm still disappointed. Um, I've never wanted an executive producer fired or step down, but my Christ, Ben
But
Wadey.
you can't get fired now. You can't get fired now. He's mapped out the whole year.
I don't care. Fire him. Fucking, I don't care. Fire his ass. Fire Ben. Clip this. Fire Ben Wadey. He has delivered a crap Christmas, and not only has he delivered a crap Christmas, but he's also come back down my chimney, deliberately shit on my table, and went, "Eat that. That's your New Year's Day episode." Nom nom nom. Thank you, Ben Wadey, for coming down my chimney and shitting on my kitchen table. Thank you, you undesirable, ugly, specky prick. Fuck you. God damn it.
Reasonable.
Please clip that. That
So
was
yeah, I think with all that with all that generally said, and once again, I just need to reiterate, just because that was very negative. We're not even that jaded right now. It's not. That's because of the Monday to Wednesday were actually solid episodes, and I enjoyed them all. It's just this one, the expectations were so low, and you fucked it anyways. But we don't get off and get negative, you know. We yeah, sure, we may get a little bit jaded or stuck in a rut, but we're not inherently negative people. So it's just annoying. And once again, what now? Now you get some clemency till the anniversary. Let's hope he doesn't fuck up the anniversary. I hope it's Nigel's death, because that's the only thing you've managed to do well in this era. So, yeah. God damn it. Like, ah,
uh,
just annoying. You are supposed to be better than this. Why are you not?
so, now I'm moving on. That should have really that should have really been the thoughts about the show, but that was not the thoughts about the show. Uh, so that is the thoughts for the flash forward episode. So now is thoughts about this week overall, the awards, and hopefully not too negative. But I'll just very quickly say that was the thoughts for the flash forward episode. Monday to Wednesday, were decent episodes in my opinion. I did say I want them
Yeah.
fired, but they were all right episodes. I just don't have any faith in Ben Whitey anymore. I
It was a really nice build up to the flash forward. It's just that the flash forward, they were so scared of giving away any actual details that they gave out none. So, and once again, we're not expecting everything. You don't reveal it in 2026. You reveal it on the fucking day. But you got to give us more than what you gave us. So, but yeah,
also
I don't know. Yeah, Monday to Wednesday were good episodes. You get good Max and Linda scenes. You get Jasmine and Kat starting to learn how each other work. You had Maura Patrick being fucking beside himself because another one of his kids is dead. The really fun christening scenes with Cindy and Max realizing that they fucked, but you know, I hate you. No, I hate you more. They'll probably do it again, knowing them. Peter sucker punching Max. Max deciding, fuck you, Ian, let me just smoke walking in the middle of the road, delaying your trip. And not even just Ian, the whole family. The entire family. Fuck you. Even my kids. Fuck you. You didn't defend me. It was all really good. It just suddenly, when we transitioned to the new cameras and the little fucking blurred out outsides, it all just went wrong. But like I said, There are things to like about the episode. I know it doesn't sound like it. There are things to be excited about. There are stuff that you can pick into. Who is Ethan? Is it Jack's kid? Is it Penny's kid? Whose kid is that? Who did Max possibly get killed? Who's kidnapped Lauren and Oscar? There are still a lot of interesting stuff. I will say, I think it takes a lot of vision to decide Lauren and Oscar are going to be two huge parts because Oscar is the best thing Ben Wadey's done, and Lauren's had a really, really good year. So even though it didn't sound like it, and even though he spent a lot of time ranting, there are a lot of good stuff about the episode. But it just truly, once again, it lacked the moment that makes it bigger than itself.
Yeah,
Now we don't need a Ronnie and Roxy return in it. That's fine. You don't do that. Fuck it. You don't do that. But we need something.
yeah. We need to about a sticker on my nose. That better. That better. The sticker I got for buying the Harry Potter DVD. That better, guys. Thoughts for the week. It was an all right week. I'm watching these weeks of EastEnders, and I I, I feel what like reform voters feel when they find out that their son is possibly gay. I just feel like disappointed, sad.
Disappointed.
Yeah. Uh, like I know that's a batshit thing, and you can clip me saying that, but like, just I'm watching these, and I'm like, you've made me wait till Christmas Day. You've delivered me shit, and then just delivered me more shit, and then you had an all right build up for Monday to Wednesday. Everyone's happy in the Albert and the Queen Vic for New Year's Day 2026. And then we're all of a sudden in 2027, but we're not going to reveal anything because we're too scared. Like when you invite a shy girl over and she
They
goes,
just get stage fright. They just get stage fright, don't they? Like, the second you go, all right, Nigel episode 22nd, bomb, fucking easy, fucking beautiful episode, really, really good. Oh, it's Christmas Day. Woo. This one might actually be remembered in the history books. Ooh. It's like, oh, guys, just stick the fucking landing.
um,
Fuck's sake. It's
and
not. It's not that hard. It's not that fuck. You like. You just need to send it. You just need to fully send it. I think they're playing it too safe, in my opinion. It's too safe. It's like, okay, and this is gonna be. It's like the one friend who always says that they're gonna do really crazy shit, but they always just hold back. It's like, oh yeah, oh guys, if you give me fiver, I'll do a front flip and I'll jump over the car. And then what they do is they like slide across the bonnet. It's like, well, that's not what we fucking said we were gonna do. That's no fun. Like, and that's what they do. They just need to fully send it. Like, I bet Piggy probably doesn't care if Ben Wadey actually gets fired, but he fucking said it and committed to it. Now actually commit to it and don't apologize afterwards. Just do it. Just spit in my face and tell me it's good. Fuck it, why not? Just give me something. Give me something to grab onto,
also, you're saying I don't care if he gets fired. I actually want him fired.
other than my rock hard peen.
Rock hard penis because Ben Whitey's fired. Let's go. Um, Also, I just like for a much safer option. I know he's been given the EastEnders teapot. He has an EastEnders teapot. I hope it breaks. I hope your EastEnders teapot breaks, Ben Whitey. I hope it fucking breaks. I tell you what, fuck me, pink, break it. Um, it is a phrase that I always heard as a kid. Fuck me, pink, and I didn't realize like how raunchy it was until I
I've
got
never heard
older.
of it.
Yeah, it's just like whenever I used to wind up my dad, he'd just like fuck me, pink, son. I'm like, what? All right, that's a weird phrase. Um, you obviously have fuck me red, fuck me yellow, fuck me blue, fuck me pink, fuck me purple. But continuing on, it's now awards time. We've released a video that will be coming out shortly of the awards we have. We've done an hour long where we basically went from the end of December 2024 to the semi end of December 2025. And spoiler alert, a
To be
lot.
fair, I think that video is just progressively getting pushed back further and further. So I think it's available for members right now, but I think it's not coming out till like the 9th. So
But so it won't really mention anything current. It will just be it ends around Christmas week 2025. And also, I do want to stress that a lot of things mentioned in that video are probably mentioned from earlier in 2025 that were memorable compared to the later half of 2025. But yeah, just put out there.
Yes.
But awards time. So we have 4 awards. We have the Chris Crenshaw Award, the Anthony Truman Award, and then we have underrated and who needs slapping down. So will I go first or will you go first? Which award do you want to go first?
Yeah, just to kind of ease away from all the negativity, Chris Glenshaw's obviously the most promising. Um, I think the most promising aspect is their belief in making Lauren and Oscar a huge part in EastEnders, and just the Brannings in general. That episode, obviously because it's Max's episode, was super heavy on the Brannings, but considering just a couple years ago, it was Jack, and that's it. They've done a really good job at making the Branning family actually worth a shit. And that I will say is to be commended. They brought in all the right people, they've added all the right areas, and I think now it's fully once again a fleshed out family. And it's actually it's gonna be genuinely very strong. So I think they've done a really good job at rebuilding the Branning family.
Um, Chris Crenshaw Award. That it's over. That this Christmas period is over, and I look forward to the future and the fact that uh, we're going to have an interesting year of EastEnders. That's what I look forward to. That's the Chris Crenshaw Award for me. Um, Up next, the Anthony Truman Award. Uh, what are we giving it to? You want to go first? Would I go first?
You go first.
I'm giving it to that picture again of Anthony Truman that they took. Let me just quickly find it here.
Yep.
Um, let me just quickly find it. Um, Open in browser. Rid of the porn of Anthony Truman. But um, here is the photo again. Oh, hold on, I need to go back. Yep, there we go. There is the image of Anthony Truman, guys. There he is. Look at him. Very wooden in that photo. Do you want the photo, Ash?
I know the photo.
I'll just very quickly, I'll just very quickly. Don't know if that will work. There you go. Um, there you go. Photo of Anthony Truman is very wooden.
Yep.
It just look at that face. You know what he looks like? You know those like photos of default people in Fortnite. He looks like a default in Fortnite. Like I can't describe it. But also, what's funny
Yep.
is what's his name again? Nicholas Bailey. Yeah,
Yep.
I feel like they just meant Nicholas. Look, I know we're in the studio here. I know we're in like the prefabs that are in the fucking EastEnders like allotment. Can you just stand in that corner there, mate, and take a photo for us? And he just literally went, "Hello, hello, world." Like it just, it just looks it's the most campiest photo I've seen of someone in the show to use at their fucking funeral. I know his funeral hasn't happened yet, but it's like look at the photo. But yes, what's your award?
Um. Uh. Ben Wadey's attempts at making something groundbreaking and just making something really, 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 really boring. It's like, oh, guys, it's like, all right, let's throw out all the old meals. All the old meals was shit. What we having for the first meal? We're gonna have some mashed potatoes, with some carrots and some peas. Oh, any gravy? No, 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 just that, please. Oh yeah, great. Love this fucking mush. You get bored faster than you get fucking hungry.
Sorry, what was the award you were giving it to?
Ben Wadey for serving up the most bland shit ever.
Fair enough. And now we have two more.
It's also like on every other day, other like he does big episodes, but never on a big occasion. Like fucking 22nd best episode Ben Wadey's done all year. 25th, fucking. Ooh.
Up next is the underrated award. who's underrated this week? Um, I, I'm not giving
Penny.
any. I'm giving it to two things. A nominee that it will go to. It's also the second of the first guys happening here again. But another award on
Yeah,
for what was I going to say? I threw myself. The nominee I'm giving it to, like honorable mention, is Max the car. But I'm giving it to Max coming out the window in 2027. So technically,
true.
when we hit the second of the first next year, or the first of the first next year, I've given that award 10 for that. But it's him
True.
coming out the window. So and
Also, Vinny's finally getting his big storyline that they were teasing. He was teasing 3 months ago. He's finally getting the big storyline. He's having to bunk up with fucking Penny.
wheelchair sex is apparently great, right? You said Penny, didn't you?
Um, yeah, Penny's underrated.
Uh, you need slapping down. Then wait, um, who you give?
Yeah, I'll give it to Ben Wadey as well. Fuck this episode. In fact, well, just no. The rest of the week was good. It's just the final. Just like once again, just you made a decent meal, but like you go to dress it up in something delicious, and you just accidentally smear like chocolate sauce all over the fucking cake. Like, what are you doing that for? It was all nice. Like, all right, and to finally add the it's like, it's like you finally piece together that Lego you've been building for the last 2 weeks, and at the last second you just accidentally drop it and it shatters, and you're just like, fuck you, fuck you. You bring your brother in to put that final piece in there, and it's like, just put the final piece in there, and he just fucking whacks it off the
You
table. It's just like, I'm never inviting you back.
know, it'd be the worst piece to do that to, in my opinion. The worst Lego piece just to make this mistake. The build of the toy, because like I obviously check the Lego store. There is one in Ireland. I don't know, like there is one in Ireland, and like the Titanic set, even though it's like £700 or like euro, like imagine you have that nearly built. Your brother or like your son or anyone in your family or even a friend or relative come in. You built nearly the entire replica in Lego form of the Titanic, and then that little shit comes in and just bopped it. Like imagine the heart. Like I wouldn't murder a child, but if my son did that to me, I've just built the replica Titanic in Lego form, and he knocks it over. That little shit is not only being dropped out a window, he is being sent to the orphanage and he's being readopted. I do not care. Like that, like from what I've seen, that Titanic build is fucking scary. Like that's just my opinion. That Titanic like Lego set. Um, if I need another one, like just like some of the Legos they actually come out with these days, like the fucking Lord of the Rings tower would also be another one I'd pay if someone knocked it over. That would piss me off. Either that or the Titanic one if someone broke it in front of me. It's like you spent so much.
One thing I also did realize, I have nothing to add to this Lego conversation,
That's fair enough.
but did just realize that, yeah, why the fuck was this episode even released early? Nothing happened.
Yeah, because they don't want to show anything. But we could have recorded this podcast a lot earlier. But yes, I guess that swiftly moves us on to perhaps a very short Walford on tap. But or not,
Yeah, I don't think that we got much else personally.
uh, probably just a very quick. I was gonna say Walford on tap. I did say Walford on tap, but a very quick after show. Guess I'd go first. Um, just I'll pad this out. But I really did a bit. How did I bring in the new year? I watched the ending of Back to the Future with my friend. Um, and you may be wondering, Piggy, why the ending? But we had a mishappen conversation, and I was playing a game, and he didn't really understand me. So he started the movie, and then I went, I'll just watch the movie with you, mate, don't mind. I missed like half the movie, but I watched the end of it. Which led to a discussion about about how time travel works. Which
Oh boy, fuck those conversations.
very quickly
There's
because
always one wanky twat who's like too invested in it.
how do you think time traveling works if you ever did
Fuck you, that's
it? Because to me, and I'll just give my quick opinion. To me, if you went back in time, to say Ash went back to before Google was a big thing, and he invested in, he's changing history. because he shouldn't have invested
Yeah.
in Google. That's how I think it works. Like, personally, I think also your clothes would change depending if you go back in time. So, like, if you went back to the 1400s and you're wearing an Adidas or Adidas like tracksuit, like obviously you shouldn't be in that. You should be in like a Roman Empire sort of thing. That's kind of how I look at time travel. Um, although like we could pretend the airplanes could pretend there were airplanes in the night sky. So that's also interesting. But also, what I want to say is, I'm glad it's a new year. New year means new movies. I can't wait to go to England to watch. I think I have Supergirl planned, and I think I have Spider-Man Brand New Day. You don't know, I am a Spider-Man fan. I don't know if you knew that, but I am.
Never
Uh,
mention it.
Never mention it, of course. No, no, but I am a Spider-Man fan. I'm going to see that movie. I'm probably going to go to the Korean Cowgirl for some fun, or so for some food. It was a nice place. I went with my friend Rose. Admittedly, I hated it because I had a blocked nose and was coming down with a cold. Um, Admittedly, do not wear a fucking like jumper around England in like September. You will catch cold, or maybe it's because I was with seven
Yeah.
fucking cats. I don't know. Um, but yeah, and then he also brought me to see I was going to say, what's the movie? How to Train Your Dragon. Have I ever told you the story of me watching the original How to Train Your Dragon? This is a funny story.
No.
So, my dad obviously wanted to take me to the cinema. So he took me to the cinema. I would have been about six. I'm not gonna say. I know it's obvious. 6, 7. Hey, do that. Yeah, there you go. But 6 or 7 at that time, and he brought me to the cinema. He was so excited to see this movie. Was my dad, and I was excited as well. And Nye took me. Nye is my father's name. We call him Nye or Big Nye. Just if you ever say it in chat, please say Big Nye or Big Nye. Don't say Big Nye and forget the E. Like I did an Asher stream one day, and I looked so confused because I was like, guys, everyone mad at me. But anyways, so he took me to the cinema. He got me my booster seat of small. So we're obviously in it, and then the final act is about to happen. This big boss battle is about to happen, and I go, Dad, I need a wee. He's like, fuck me, fuck off, son, fuck off. The fucking final battle's on. And then he angrily takes me, and then I remember a few years later, I went down and he's watching. I went downstairs and he's watching How to Train Your Dragon 1 again, and he goes, please, son, this time I want to have someone take me, ask me to go to the bathroom to help him go to the toilet. You fucking dick. I'm like, alright, still holds that grudge. Still holds that grudge. My favorite story with now watching a film is I don't remember anything about the film, but I remember the aftermath. So he brought me to see the Fantastic Four 2015. It's, if you don't know, it's a shit
Yeah.
reboot movie. It's a shit movie. He brought me to see that, right? I don't remember anything from that movie. I remember nothing, but I remember the conversation afterwards. So we're walking outside the cinema, right? And my dad just looks at me and goes, "That movie was fucking shit." Uh, that was just the key thing he said to me. He was like, "Son, that movie was fucking shit. I tell you what." And then we just went back to the hotel and got a Burger King or something, and we just enjoyed it. Just yeah.
Nice.
And then we went to see Pixels the following day, which he hated because some kids spoiled the end of the movie for him. So yeah, but yeah, that's just some
Don't really
fun.
think that's the worst part of Pixels, personally. But
Pixels 2015 is not a bad movie from memory, from rewatching it.
yeah, it fucking is.
No, it's look, mate. If you see Fantastic Four 2015 and then Pixels, one is going to be The Godfather, and the other one is not going to be The Godfather. Okay, and in comparison, Pixels is a masterpiece compared to Fantastic Four 2015. But yeah, there's some stories from my dad. Do you have any classic stories you want to share? Us, you can go ahead, but you probably don't. You probably want me to wrap this up
No, not
very,
really.
very quick. If I
I,
can do.
s- I mean, look, we're not going to talk about too many plans right now, but we're definitely, obviously, with the end of the year, we're now kind of gearing up for a pretty hectic 2026. A lot of stuff is kind of starting to be planned, and we're working on some scripts and whatnot. But all I'll really argue is Monday, so tomorrow, there should theoretically be a video asking for questions for a Q&A that we're gonna do. We'll likely do it like a week later on the following Monday. But yeah, a lot of plans, and we'll likely release a members only video to tell everybody about our plans for scripts and shit. But fundamentally, I just want to thank everybody who joined us for all the live and everything like that. That was a lot of fun, and we hope we do it again soon. But yeah, it's been a long one. It's now midnight, and we've been here since 7:30. So fuck you, Ben Wadey.
And with that closing thought, or fuck you, Ben Whitey, sideways with a big hole. And it's time to do the outro. Yeah, this is the end of the podcast. Sorry to leave you, but we have to. It's the first of the week of January. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. I hope you enjoyed Christmas with your family. Let us know what you did over Christmas. Let us know what you did in the new year. And just let us know what you want for the new year to happen. And we will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.